Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we give all honor, glory, and praises to do to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Also want to give double honors to the elders, to the apostles that great millstone, who's teaching this truth and sincerity, and also who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered four quarters of the earth, which you so-called Negroes, Latino, Hispanics, Native American Indians, the true Israelites out of the elect nation of Israel, which is the only nation that the Lord is dealing with, and no other nation. All right. So, guys, I want to entitle this, the signs in the sky. The Lord is coming soon. Because even though I'm a little late on this lesson, I just wanted to, get built up, get refreshed in the scriptures I know when it comes to like the sun and the moon. All right. And lately, and not just, I'm a brother from Detroit, but even other brothers from other states in Babylon, they've been seeing red suns and red moons. Even when I was walking from fellowship on Saturday, trying to catch the bus, I look up and I'm seeing a red moon, and immediately, I texted to the brothers in the group chat, and I'm like, this something's about to pop off soon. And even in the midst of it, even multiple days where it was still red. Okay, so I got some precepts lined up, and I want to do it in a specific order. So let's get into the book of Luke, the 21st chapter, and let's start at the 22nd verse. Alright? And it says, "For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled." And if you are a man of the Lord, and I notice people that's not really doing the Lord's will, they're starting to say like, yo, the Lord is actually, the Bible is actually talking right now. And yeah, you're right. Alright? Is these things are going to happen, man. And there's nothing that you can do to stop it. And in this particular lesson, I'm hopping around back and forth from Matthew and Luke. Alright? So it's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 18. And it reads, "For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or tittle shall no wise pass from the law until all be fulfilled." So there's all these prophecies that's going on is going to happen. And if you actually see it, if you actually are a watchman, because that's also our job, you notice that everything is coming to pass. Now we have like some major we have other prophecies that need to come, but then where's the main prophecies to really look out for? All right. And that's what we're going to get into Matthew, the 24th chapter. And that's, like I said, be a watchman, be circumspect. It's in Matthew, the 24th chapter. It tells you, this is Matthew 24 and verse 4. And it says, "And Yahweh answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceives you." All right. And for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and thou shalt deceive many. All right. So, we're living in those times where you see a lot of deceit, stuff like that. So, cool. We're living in those times where we're actually seeing those prophecies go harder and coming harder, and they're playing upon tables. Okay? So I'm going to get Matthew 21, and let's start at 25. So this is getting back to, the moon, letting us know what signs that we're in. Because we don't know when the Lord is going to return. We don't know the hour. We know he's coming soon by measurement of prophecy. All right, and just look at past events, and it says, this is Luke 21 and 25, and it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and the stars, and upon the earth distresses of nations with perplexity in the sea and of the waves roaring. Okay, so we are seeing that now. Well, I remember when I was first coming into the truth, I was getting, edified, and I was with another brother, and while we were driving in the midst of the night, we see the moon, and this moon's, I think when it's bigger than usual, I believe it was called a wolf moon. And then that's when, Kobe Bryant passed away, the lockdowns happened, stuff like that to that degree. All right. Now this is, like I said, we see multiple red suns and red moons. So what major prophecy is about to pop off now? And we know it's going to be some major judgment happening. All right. Now, when you read on, let's jump to Luke 21, and let's go to 7. All right. It reads, and they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? All right. So they're asking Yahushua, like, yo, what's going on? What's going to happen? We're going to return. What do we got to look for? All right. So you can read further on in this particular scripture, but let's get back to what Yahushua said himself. All right. It's still good, though. It's still good. They, Matthew and Luke, they basically, they kind of mimic each other. I don't want to really say that word, but Lord, brothers, edify me on, All right. So Yahushua says, back in Matthew 24, so I started off at 5, ended off at 5. It says, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. Reading on, verse 6, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So that's a major prophecy you gotta look for. We're having that right now. You can see, Russia, China, U.S. They're things is that pot is ramping up. All right, and it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Like I said a while ago, there was a little earthquake in Turkey. There was an earthquake in Puerto Rico. Those not your typical places to have, earthquakes. Salakia, I'm about to grab my phone. I just want to, get some blue letter definition. Salakia. So let's go back to Matthew 24. I want to get into that word diverse. Is that it? Katan. Oops. I got the normal Google definition. The first one, it says showing a great deal of verity, very different. All right. All right. So like I said, and it says including and involving people from a range of different social or ethnic backgrounds and a different gender sexual orientation. So when you put it in earthquakes, it's showing this, you know, when you add that word diverse places, it's showing different places. And these places that is getting hit with earthquakes aren't places to get typical earthquakes. That's showing that the earth is out of course and out of order. Alright? All these are beginning of sorrows. Alright? Showing that this stuff is going to get bad out here. And it says, they shall deliver you up and be afflicted, and that shall kill you, and shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Alright? Where is it? Oh, going back. This was another good one another sign that we see now. It's basically, I'm trying to find is the one where it said, oh, here we go. It's Matthew 24, verse 11. That's the one. You need to highlight that. And it reads, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And like I said, now we see, examples, ISUPK, IUIC, they're on a greater level of getting the people's attention. But those are your so-called false prophets. You can, like I say, you can see the example. You actually pay attention to the videos that they push and what we, correct them and rebuke them on from the C-HIP. And every time the leader of IUIC breaks it down, we get more and more confused because it's something different every time. They basically winging it, but they're deceiving the people. They're just to go along to get along. Alright? And like I say, ISUPK, treading on another man's foundation. They did that to IUIC, and they did that with the brothers, I believe, the Philadelphia brothers. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they did that. They was on another man. They was treading on another man's foundation, and that you're not supposed to do that. Alright? So you know that they're false prophets as well. Alright? Shikari, bring your steps to camp. But then you gotta look like, that's Esau's blessing. Why do you need to our warfare is spiritual and not carnal, and that's a carnal weapon. And then like I said, you just threw out, weapon formed against me shall prosper out the window. Okay? So those are the things that are happening now. And like I said, we have the moons to be like, to show us a sign like, oh, in the heavens, it's like something is about to pop off very, very soon. Alright? But Lord willing, I hope this video was edifying. I want to close out. Again, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. And again, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstones teaching this truth and sincerity, and also who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. We're going to close out, say shalom, and on to the next video.